When the lights dimmed inside Milan's iconic stadium and the first delicate notes floated through the crisp February air, the world didn't yet know it was about to witness one of the most unexpected and unforgettable moments in Olympic opening ceremony history. Then she appeared, radiant, statuesque, unmistakable. Mariah Carey, global pop icon, 5-octave powerhouse, and one of the best-selling artists of all time, stood center stage at the 2026 Winter Olympics opening ceremony in Milan, and did something few expected. She sang in Italian. It wasn't just a performance. It was a cultural embrace, a theatrical statement, and a reminder that music, like sport, transcends language. A ceremony built on harmony. The opening ceremony of the 2026 Winter Olympics was designed to celebrate unity, artistry, and Italy's deep cultural roots. Hosted by Milan and Cortina d'Ampezzo, the Games symbolized a fusion of modern metropolitan energy and alpine tradition. Italy leaned heavily into its artistic identity. Opera, fashion, cinema, architecture, and classical music all wove through the production. But when Mariah Carey was announced as one of the headline performers, reactions ranged from excitement to surprise. Why Mariah? The answer became clear the moment she began to sing. Volare, a bold and beautiful tribute. Instead of launching into one of her own chart toppers, Carey opened with an Italian classic. Nel Blu, Dipinto di Blu, better known worldwide as Volare. Originally made famous by Domenico Modugno, the song is a pillar of Italian musical heritage. It's joyful, romantic, and deeply nostalgic, a melody that evokes national pride and cinematic grandeur. And Mariah sang it, entirely in Italian. Her pronunciation was deliberate, her phrasing respectful, her delivery unmistakably hers. The first, Volare, soared across the stadium like a winter breeze over the Alps, met with stunned silence and then thunderous applause. Why it mattered? Olympic opening ceremonies are symbolic. Every note, every costume, every performer carries meaning. By choosing to sing in Italian, Carey honored the host nation's cultural identity. She stepped outside her comfort zone. She reinforced the game's message of unity across borders. For an American pop superstar known for vocal acrobatics and melismatic R&B stylings, this was a restrained, elegant tribute. It wasn't about vocal fireworks, though those came later. It was about connection, the visual spectacle. Mariah didn't just sing, she made an entrance. Dressed in a custom-designed ivory and crystal gown inspired by Italian haute couture, she shimmered beneath thousands of LED lights arranged to resemble falling snow. The silhouette echoed Renaissance drama, structured yet fluid, a nod to Italy's artistic legacy. Behind her, a full symphony orchestra, contemporary dancers in flowing white, a backdrop projection of shifting skies in shades of blue, mirroring the Dipinto di Blu lyric. The performance felt cinematic, intimate, epic, transitioning to her own anthem. After the final triumphant chorus of Volare, the orchestra softened. The lights shifted from cool blue to golden warmth. Then came the piano intro to her inspirational anthem, Nothing is Impossible. The shift was seamless, from Italian classic to modern empowerment ballad. The message aligned perfectly with Olympic ideals: perseverance, ambition, triumph over adversity. Her voice, now fully unleashed, soared into whistle register territory, reminding everyone exactly who they were watching. Mariah Carey wasn't just honoring Italy. She was claiming her Olympic moment. The Olympic spirit in song. The Olympics represent more than competition. They symbolize dedication, resilience, cultural exchange, global unity. Carey's performance embodied all of that. Athletes from nearly 100 nations stood shoulder to shoulder during the Parade of Nations. Snowboarders, skiers, figure skaters, all watching as a global music icon bridged continents through melody. In that moment, nationality dissolved. Language barriers vanished. There was only music. Social media explodes. Within minutes, Mariah singing in Italian trended worldwide. Fans praised her bravery and elegance. Italian viewers debated whether any non-Italian had ever performed Volare on such a grand stage. Some critics questioned whether an American artist should perform such an iconic Italian piece at Italy's own games. But many countered, wasn't that the point? The Olympics aren't about separation. They're about shared celebration, a history of big Olympic performances. Olympic ceremonies have always featured global music legends. Celine Dion at the 1996 Atlanta Games. Whitney Houston delivering unforgettable patriotic performances. Lady Gaga representing American theatrical pop at international events. But Mariah's Italian language tribute stands apart. It wasn't just a performance, it was an immersion into another culture's artistry. The vocal moment everyone's talking about. Halfway through the final chorus of Volare, Carey did what only Mariah Carey can do. She layered a soaring harmony above the main melody, sliding into a crystal-clear sustained high note that echoed through the stadium. It was controlled, powerful, and unmistakably her. That note will likely live forever in Olympic highlight reels. Fashion meets sport. Italy is synonymous with fashion, Milan being one of the world's style capitals. Carey's collaboration with Italian designers added another layer of symbolism. Luxury meets athleticism, glamour meets grit, diva meets discipline. Her gown reportedly incorporated subtle snowflake motifs and Swarovski-style embellishments that shimmered like ice under stadium lights. It was performance couture at its finest. The emotional impact, cameras captured, athletes wiping tears, coaches embracing, spectators singing along in Italian. Music is something sport alone cannot, it sets the emotional tone. It opens hearts before competition begins. Carey's performance felt like a blessing over the games. A reminder that beneath medals and national pride, we share the same dreams. Cultural bridge between continents. An American icon singing an Italian classic at a global sporting event in Europe. That's not random, that's intentional symbolism. The games in Milan and Cortina emphasized partnership, between regions, between traditions, between past and future. Mariah embodied that bridge. American pop royalty, singing European heritage, on a global stage. The critics and the debate. Of course, not everyone agreed. Some traditionalists argued the spotlight should have remained exclusively on Italian artists. Others questioned whether the Italian pronunciation was perfect. But art is not about perfection. It's about intention. And Carey's intention was clear: respect, admiration, celebration. A career milestone. For an artist with decades of achievements, Grammys, record-breaking singles, holiday dominance, the Olympics represent something different. They aren't industry awards. They're global validation. Performing at the Winter Olympics opening ceremony places Carey in a rare class of artists whose voices have defined international moments. The aftermath. In the days following the ceremony, streams of Volare surged worldwide. Italian-language music saw a spike in global playlists. Carey's own anthem climbed international charts. She didn't just perform, she influenced listening habits across continents. Why this moment will last. Years from now, when people revisit the 2026 Winter Olympics, they'll remember the alpine backdrops, the dramatic competitions, and Mariah Carey singing Volare under a digital snowfall in Milan. Olympic ceremonies are snapshots of cultural history. And this was one for the books. Final thoughts. In a world often divided by politics, language, and borders, the Olympics offer something rare: shared experience. When Mariah Carey sang in Italian at the 2026 Winter Olympics opening ceremony, she wasn't just delivering a performance. She was delivering a message. Music has no nationality, dreams have no language, and greatness, like a soaring high note in a Milanese winter sky, belongs to everyone.